going on, my good people? This is your man Zed Thanos. You watching RC Omega. Salute to all my division agents out there. What we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna be checking out a little trick that I've been doing just to rush through my scouts, through my journeys. This has been very helpful for me. It's an old build, but it's a true build. One of the best. Check this out. Oh boy. You guys have got to try this. This is one of my top builds. Definitely one of my #1 builds right here. So we're gonna take this thing and we're gonna crank it all the way down to story. Right? And oh boy. Let the good times roll, baby. This is gonna be hilarious.
Sons will make it a lot harder for them to coordinate their troops.
We'll just clear out this first area and then we'll do our build breakdown.
Will be controlled from the production studio.
So with this setup,
you'll need to find it and secure it.
all you really gotta do is just get close to him and post. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this mess. I don't think he's gonna make it. No, he's out. And with this guy, we got 7 seconds. We could post him again. We don't even have to fire around with this. I want to get close to him because there's another guy over there. So I'm just gonna run up here. Yes, sir. Without firing around. Look at this. This is nuts. Clearing out whole rooms like this. This is how I've been doing my journeys, bro. And we'll post them right here. 2, 1, 0. El Poso. Yeah, that should clear it. Purple guy, I don't think you're gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Super easy, bro. Hold on. Wait. Let's go somewhere in heroic real quick. We'll just go somewhere. We'll go here. Just for argument's sake, right? I wanted to show you guys how to, I cleared out these rooms really easy with that. But check this out. This is heroic. We're gonna go in heroic with the same build. Right, 9 minutes in. That's not too bad. Not too bad on the video. Moving right along. Grand Washington Hotel in heroic. With the vile mask El Bildo. Horrible Spanish, but a frequent attempt. Where is my water? Let me tell y'all, it's a heat wave. I was outside on my bike today like a maniac. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. All right, let's go to heroic. I'm trying to, shed some belly fat.
Assault team out of there is your main objective, but there are a few high priority targets we want you to neutralize. Their names are Puck, Roadblock, and Car.
All right, we're going full on with this one.
Better not be another false alarm. Over here.
Oh, he's right here. Watch. You see how the damage is still happening? He's still taking damage. You see what I'm saying? Damage over time with a Scorpio is nuts. This is not a good spot right here. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna throw this hive out here, just balance it out a little bit. I'm not gonna use an armor kit. You see that damage he taking from that hive, bro? I'm saying, it's nuts. Okay, tell me that it's not as quick as story mode. You know what I'm saying? But we're just using everything in the build. What we did is we focused on increasing our status effect and our skill haste. So let's go ahead and check this out. First, let's look at the toxic delivery. And I didn't even fire a weapon. There's something I should mention about the weapons, but first let's start with this. Toxic delivery, this is what's happening right here. 50% of your concussion grenade damage, right? If you're unfamiliar with toxic delivery, right? Debuff 10 seconds. So that means for 10 seconds, you're adding that status effect damage. How are we causing the status effect? We're just using a jammer pulse. We have now turned a jammer pulse into a weapon, right? Jammer pulse normally just destroys robots. But the cool thing about this is now you can walk in a room, kill everybody in the room and the robots. One pulse typically destroys the robots, especially if you do them in doing this in story mode. Now let me be clear. I run this in heroic. Now it may take a couple of pulses, maybe 2 or 3 pulses before you drop everybody. But in heroic, I want you to look at this hive. This is what we're doing. 740 damage, right? But keep in mind, the status effect is nice and high on this hive, right? So you're causing a bleed, right? You want to increase that status effect so that you can, you know, cause more damage and kill them with one pulse, right? Especially if you're running in story mode. Now, check this out. Right here, we got status effect. We got skill haste, 12%, right? 10% on our status effect on that backpack. But let's look at the Eclipse Protocol. Also gives you 15% on the status effect. You got skill haste and hazard protection as well, which is great. Right down here, we got more status effect, 10%. Knee pad, status effect, not quite 10%, 9.5. I can optimize that up. I probably could do that right now. I don't have the, I know I have the resources. Look at all these resources I got right now. This is nuts. 453. You see that down there? That's nuts. I could, yeah. I'll be recalibrating for months with that. So, but anyway, we looked at the glove, right? That was 10. Our knee pad was 9.5. Going right over to our holster, we got another 10 there. And here, we got a mixture. We got 9.1 at the bottom. Up top, we got another 10. We got health at 16,000, which who cares? But we got 11.5 on the skill haste right there. 170 on our armor plate, right? And then up top, of course, you got status effect 2 times. Well, you don't know you got status effect with the 8.6, not 2 times. I'm looking at the other yellow. Then we got 11.5 down there. Hazard protection 9.6. And yeah, toxic delivery, right? We, of course, have unbreakable on that chest plate, right? Just give us a little bit more survivability when we got only 900k in the armor, right? So we got that going on. Now, here's one thing I wanted to mention that is pretty funny. What is super deadly on this build is this freaking Scorpio. Now, it only says it got 600k. But because of the fact that it's a status effect weapon, what happens is you get a damage over time from the toxic delivery. So it's essentially increasing the damage on the Scorpio. Here is, I am also using Streamline on this. So this is pretty dope. So here's what you do with Streamline. When you run Streamline on this particular build, you're relying on your backpack. So your backpack is giving you 30% damage increase to status affected targets. So what you do is you go in here, instead of using your pulse, you use one of these. You hit him with a grenade, he will start taking damage over time from the toxic delivery. And you haven't used any of your skills. So now you got the Streamline talent stacked. You follow me? So now, hold on. Your Streamline talent, let's look at what it does. And of course I'm using Elude. You got 47% weapon damage increase on if you're still on cooldown. All our skills are cooldown. So we got 47% that we're stacking on top of this 30 right here. You feel me? So yeah, we 0 in the reds right now. I want you to watch what this AR does with 0 reds.
You're gonna have to do this room by room. We have 0 intel on how they're set up on site.
Oh, we did use some rounds. Let's just grab some of these. 0 reds, buddy. Streamline talent with the Eclipse backpack. Just gotta hit somebody.
Might as well take a peek. I'm on.
0 reds.
I got one right over there.
Let's hit him. Let's do another one.
Grenade! Sights are closed.
0 reds, buddy. See, he still got that status effect on him. You see what I'm saying? 0 reds. Let's clear this room out. I love that because sometimes you can use that to you know, figure out where people are sitting at. So, okay, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. Because here's the thing that's cool is with the Streamline. So if you have your cooldowns going, you lose the Streamline talent, right? But because of the fact that you're causing a status effect when you use your skill and it is on cooldown now, the backpack kicks in. You still got the 30%. So either way, you're getting a 30% boost. The 40, you can get the 47 by itself. You can stack the 47 and the 30, or just go with the 30. Either way, you causing a hell of damage when you walk in these rooms. And in the meantime, like in the middle of of course, firing your weapon, you could just pulse and let the pulse start taking damage. Literally everything you have is causing damage right now. I mean, you're using a freaking EMP. You can kill them with an EMP now. This build is nuts. That's it. So we already kind of looked at the build breakdown. We kind of looked at how the streamline works. The other thing that I wanted to mention is if you want to overcharge whatever pistol you want, look at this. Look how this pistol is rolled. Garbage. Garbage. The only reason we're using that pistol is for that talent. Now, there's other pistols, other options. You can pick a pistol that's doing more damage if you want to do that. I got this one, the TDI, right? So if I wanted to increase my armor, I can use this for my 6th tier if I wanted to, and I got the Future Perfect on it. But I'm not doing that. Not necessary, right? Again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna leave this build just the way it is. My beloved Eclipse Protocol. Give her a hand. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely love this. I've been waiting to get my hands on that streamlined talent, and I was so excited to finally get it. I got the Lude. This one's great, but let me show you what I did with my Lexington. Yes, sir. You definitely got to put one of these on your Lexington. Yeah, definitely got to run a streamline on your Lexington, right? My other Lexington, of course, I got Breadbasket on it, right? So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was my Eclipse Protocol, my beloved status effect build. I absolutely love this thing, and it's been one of my #1 builds since 2024, probably 23. I've been using this one for a long time, right? It is one of my more popular builds. Some of you guys that have been following the channel, you've seen this build. Not much changed. All I did was crank up the status effect all the way through. And in fact, now that I think about it, I think it was someone that follows the channel. I haven't mentioned his name in so long. I think it was Robotniks. I think that was his name. I think it was him that gave me the idea to just go all status effect. Because before, what I was doing was skill damage. And I decided to go back in, thanks to, again, the agent that helped me out on the channel, and go all status effect. And I absolutely, that was the trick. And this thing is absolutely through the roof now. So listen, with all that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching. Listen up before we go. Look at my expertise levels. Guys, you can be a new person. You can be brand spanking new at this game, and you can put this together. All you need is a Val Mask. Val Mask, get your Eclipse Protocol pieces. You wanna, if you can get a chest plate that has some status effect, by all means, right? You could put this together. You can look. I slapped. Oh, no, I didn't, but I do have one that I put together. But you can, like this one. I think this is the one. I got it somewhere. This is not the one. I'll modify the Vanguard on this. But the point that I'm making is these chest plates are very easy to come by, right? All you got to do is grab one. I'm sure you got an Unbreakable in your library. Slap an Unbreakable on that bad boy. If you're lucky to run with a status effect in the attributes, by all means. But if not, you got the 10 up top. All you need is that one. You see what I'm saying? How do you say the Galoon gear? Golan gear? Right. Chest plate, slap an Unbreakable on there, and the rest of this is easy peasy, super easy to put together. 0 reds and just destroying the whole room. Absolutely love it. With all that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. This has been my Eclipse Protocol Val Mask. Repost. We out of here. Check it out. Try it. Put it together. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.